Good afternoon, Whidbey Presbyterian Church. A few weeks ago, Kendra and I had an evening to ourselves where we could go out to eat. That doesn't happen all that often for us, with 3 little kids, so we were really excited to take that opportunity. And so we had it all planned out. We were going to go to this particular restaurant, and so we drove over to that restaurant where we wanted to eat, and we pull in, and no cars are in the parking lot. Not a great start. So I hop out and I run up to the door and I check the hours on the door and it says that it should be open, so I pull on the door. Locked. I look in the window, and no one's there. So I go back to the car. Has this happened to you? It's such a first world problem, but when Kendra asked where we should go next, not a single place sounded good that she mentioned. Like, not a single place in town sounded as good as that one place that we had been planning to go, even though we've enjoyed many of the other places. Once I get my mind in the mode of a particular direction, it can be really hard for me to shift, to change plans. So when we got that call last week that Tall Timber didn't have any water and the church retreat would have to be canceled, I was pretty bummed. It's hard for me to pivot sometimes. And pivot we did, by the way. We had a potluck on Friday. And that potluck was a great time. We even played bingo. And pivot we did, by the way. We went to a different restaurant that turned out to be really nice. We'll probably go back there. Much of life is pivot. We have these plans that we anticipate will be great, and then for whatever reason, we have to go in a different direction. But that change, that pivot, something really important to remember about those pivots, God's at work in the pivot. Good things truly can come when we change. God's at work in the pivot, bringing new and better and wonderful things into existence, things that we would have never expected. In the Gospels, there's a moment when Jesus and his disciples are trying to get away. But when they land the boat, there's a crowd of 5,000 people waiting for them. They wanted to just be away, be quiet for a little bit. But there everyone is. So much for getting away, right? So Jesus and the disciples pivot. They teach this crowd, and then eventually they feed this hungry crowd. God used them in the pivot. So I want to leave you with this question. When you have your mind set on something and you have to pivot, or when you are ready to do that one thing and suddenly you have to pivot, or when you are headed in one singular direction, you see where you are headed on the horizon and you have to pivot. How has God been using you? Anyway, until next time, peace be with you.